Hi, I'm Rafie, CEO of Genie AI, and we are here in Liverpool Street, the heart of law, said no one. And our mission at Genie has always been to empower everyone to draft quality legal agreements. And to date, we have over 150,000 companies using the product. We have been building our product on a data set of over 5 million clause revisions. And we use that to ensure our legal agents creates, reviews, and negotiates legal contracts to the most accurate possible standards. We know that trust is critical in the industry, and that's why we take security seriously. We're ISO 27001 certified, and we're backed by some of the world's top investors, Google Ventures, Costa Ventures, who were the first investor in OpenAI, and ever since then, we've had early access to GPT models and have been, implementing language models since the very beginning. And we're being adopted across many different industries. Recently had the product used by a football team to sign football players, and also consultancies and construction companies. And what we find is any company that is legally complex, that tends to have a lot of contracts, are those that use Genie the most. Yeah, it's interesting. It's sort of like DocuSign. You'll have everyone using it: lawyers, commercial people, HR people, and so on. So it's like the product can be used by anyone to create and review legal contracts. But we think the best use case are those who are doing the end work. So not the law firm, but really our vision is to totally automate a legal flow. And so is there a world where those on the front lines selling products, hiring people, can use Genie and not have to check the risks with third party, check with their lawyers, check with, just get the thing done? So this is just the beginning of our journey, and today we're going to show you what's next.
So before Rosie jumps in and shows you how it works, it's probably worth just talking a little bit about what we've done and why this evolution of Genie is so exciting. And Agents is really a game-changing evolution for Genie that really helps us to bring that mission to life. What Agents does is it enables you to put plain English requests, just like, I might ask Alex to do something, I can put that into Genie, and it's going to transform that into really sophisticated legal output that's going to help me achieve my business outcomes. So whether you are a commercial team, a salesperson, a HR manager, you can go to Genie, you can talk to it like you talk to a colleague, and it's going to give you the key information, whether that's a document or a risk review, so that you can help to execute your tasks really quickly. So let's have a look at what that looks like and what the team built.
Okay, we have got an MSA here, and let's assume that I am the head of commercial, and I have been sent this MSA by someone, and I want to review it from our perspective to make sure that our intellectual property is protected when we sign this MSA. So I've run a risk review here, and we've got 4 high risks and 5 medium risks for things that might impact our intellectual property if we sign this MSA. Let's click into one of these. So it hops me to the point in the document where we flagged this risk and kind of briefly sums up what the issue is. But the beauty is that as easy as you like, you can basically type in here, can you fix this for me?
You don't even know what you're fixing.
I didn't even really fully read that.
Just complete and utter trust.
I don't know what it is, but I want you to fix it. So it's going through and it's reasoning. It's thinking about what it's going to do, and it's telling you what that plan is.
Do you think it's allowed?
I think we legally can't rule out that it's a line. I wouldn't like to say that on camera.
Yeah.
And so what it's done here is it's made a change in the document for me. It has summed up exactly where that change is. And I can, at this point, I can continue to ask for some more revisions, for if I'm happy, I can accept these changes.
one of the other things that's really cool about this, when you get it to do edits, it's not just going to do that one clause that it first highlighted. It understands the whole document, understands the context. So it's going to go through every place that it needs to change and be updated because of that. It's going to do that for you. So it's actually really powerful in understanding that whole document.
Yeah, you can do edits that cover the entire document at once. You know, like you can say, make this whole thing shorter. That costs us a lot in AI usage tokens, by the way. So please don't do too much of that. But yeah, you can make small edits. You can make like things that are really fundamental. And one really useful thing that we found is that people really want to be able to come back to this document in 6 months' time and be like, why did I make that change? What's going on there? So we keep things in chat threads and we record them in tasks on the left-hand side so that in 6 months' time, you can go in, you can see edits that were made on that document. You could go back and you could figure out why you made that change so that you like don't lose that context whenever you happen to come back to that document.
Another cool thing that you can do, other than obviously accepting those insertions, you can actually just like copy these notes. So when Genie's explained to you why it's done something, if you've got like a senior manager or even the external party, you want to explain the changes that you've made to a document, you can use what Genie's telling you to pop that into an email and make that communication and explanation really seamless.
Yeah. And you can even just copy all of these risks if you want in one go, and we'll just copy those in the table and you can export those.
One of the things that we often hear from users is that they're not confident in understanding legal language. And so they really like to try and dig into it. So it'd be really cool to show, let's ask it a question like, explain to me what the liability is in this document. Let's see how that works.
Explain to me what the liability is in this document. Sorry, I'm voice prompting. Is that cringe? Okay.
So yeah, there you go. That's super cool. Like in just one quick sentence, in exactly the same way you might just chat to your colleague, you've got the rundown there, where in your document it tells you that liability, and you've got all of the information that's covered there. So again, if anyone's asking you a question, or if you just want to make sure that something's aligned with your company, your policy, it's just there in a matter of an instant.
Yeah. And we've got some other really cool things coming up in this space, but even for now, a really common use case is if I want to change some of the details in this contract. So if I want to say update company address to 123 London.
That's a premium address.
It's a very premium address. Listen, you're saving so much money with Genie that you can import our prime real estate. Also, we've done something really small here. So I gave a really vague response. I was like, update company address to 123 The Mall, London. And it was like, cool. Which one? Yours were, oh, good question. So it's not just like gone ahead and like edited the wrong thing. It's like we've done training to basically, if you ask an ambiguous question, we will just ask you for more details so that we do not do the wrong thing. It's your legal sidekick. It's that. Yeah, show me your legal. Let's see.
Like, I like to think that you found a lawyer. I realised when you do the wrong phone. Sorry, phoned a lawyer up. Sorry. And you said, can you just update the address to 123 The Mall and just hire? No, imagine if the ChatGPT, or imagine you're speaking to, an expert legal sidekick.
There we go. And now it's done. And I guess there was only one instance of that in one document. I would have been more impressive if there was like 2 or 3, but just click proceed. Oh, you know what name's change was? I'm so confused. What if? Oh, we go.
I think that's also a key point, because why use Genie and not just ChatGPT? And there's a number of reasons, but here you can clearly see where the changes have been made. You can just click and scroll to the area. We'll make the changes in track changes, so you can easily accept or reject. And you have an audit trail of everything that's being done, as Rosie mentioned, so you can easily come back to it.
I think that's a really good segue to showing actually how the AI edit does more than just those kind of fields. It also can like rewrite an entire clause for you. So let's ask it to write as a new data protection clause or something like that.
Okay. write us a new data protection clause and make it reasonably strict to my interests as the client.
I suppose also there's many types of data protection clauses and compliance with different laws, GDPR, the EU GDPR. And so these are the types of nuances you can also bring into your drafting on Genie.
But that's also the key difference between Genie and the ChatGPT, is that it's grounded in case law. It's looking at the right jurisdiction, and it's still trained to bring back the right kind of language that is right for that document, considering all those factors. Whereas GPT is just going to grab or potentially, make up whatever it can to fill that gap.
So you can see this, because data protection is like really complex, it has made a whole bunch of edits for me. It's added some stuff, deleted some stuff. So it's summarized for me the changes that it's made here and which section it has updated. And also, if I want to, I can just cycle through and see. So if there's edits in different parts of the document, you can easily cycle through and see it's added some stuff, removed some stuff. So shall I accept it all? You can see.
Yeah.
Accept everything.
I accept, Genie. Boom. Okay, cool. This clause now provides maximum protection for your interest as the client while placing substantial obligations on the service provider.
Cheeky.
Sounds great. And as soon as I'm done, I can just click done here. And then it gets that off my plate. But if I need to go back and say, hang on a minute, who added this clause about data protection, then I can just go into my chart history here and find exactly why I made that change.
Cool. So Genie is used by a wide range of users and in lots of different industries. But typically what those companies have in common is they are fast-moving and high-growth companies. They need to get their contracts executed and do their business quite quickly. And so they're relying on Genie to do exactly that. And what our customers tell us is that they're able to draft documents as much as 75% quicker than they were doing it before. We hear things like being able to do contract review 3 times faster than they were doing it before, and often with a third of the resource that they had. And what that means is they're able to focus their time on growing their business, thinking about strategy, nurturing those kind of key important relationships. If we think about those key users, they're commercial directors, sales teams, those people in the business that are managing that relationship and helping that business to grow. So Genie's enabling them to focus their time on working on those relationships, building their business, rather than the kind of the drudgery that comes with doing core contracting tasks.
Yeah, but we see all sorts of contracts, and part of the excitement of using AI agents to create contracts is maybe, just maybe, for the first time, people are creating way more contracts than they could have possibly ever created before, because way more different types of legal relations are possible. So in a way, it's making the world safer, more organized, more secure. And I believe today, Genie is the world's best product for customization. You can go into this document editor and use the agent to do up to 200 different customizations automatically, consecutively, and then send it off in an email to your colleagues. And what we're going to be working towards soon, so watch this space, is a way to review documents consistently with rules and negotiation strategy. One might say even a playbook, which is not just a way of negotiating, but a way of standardizing the way deals are done per industry, per jurisdiction, per company size. And so what we really have to move towards is an industry where repetitive deals are standardized, are made consistent, to take away those legal fees. But there's still room for customization where you want to do bespoke deals, do new types of partnerships, and work on new products. The beauty is, very soon we'll be able to do both in Genie. we've been working on this product for 7 years, and we really believe as a result it has a great amount of depth, safety. You keep your data, and there's just so much functionality to complete your legal work. So I'd encourage everyone to give it a try. You can go onto GenieAI.co and try it for free. And after a certain amount of usage, it then becomes a paid product. So more to come. Watch this space. We've got a really exciting product roadmap, which if you want to feed into, also reach out to us. Thank you for now.